Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Prep is officially in full swing and today we're hitting one of my absolute favorite sessions, hamstrings. I'll be honest, I came into the gym today a little tired, but once I got moving, I felt great. That's prep life. Some days energy dips, but you push through. And those sessions usually end up being the most rewarding. Now, I always start by getting a good stretch in to wake up my muscles and prepare them for the work ahead. Hamstrings can be tricky. They're such a powerhouse muscle, but also super prone to tightness, so loosening up before loading them with weight is super key. Now, if you've been to my channel before, you know that I love doing my dynamic stretches. I also really make sure that I'm completely warmed up. And most of these movements you guys have seen before. I have rolled out my quads, I have done my shin box movements, and I just added in the cat-cow with the band to help loosen up my lower back. So when I do my posing at the end of this session, I am more opened up and comfortable in my side pose position. Had to get my intra hydration drink together. That's my first farm hydration stick, the strawberry flavored, and then I also had my EAAs in there as well, which is a lemonade flavor. So I had a lovely strawberry lemonade, and if you've been watching any of my videos on my TikTok, you see that I have this mini addiction to these new lids to the mason jars. So of course I had to bring a mason jar into the gym and use that instead of the plastic bottle. First movement of the day was the seated leg curl. This is a staple for me every hamstring day, and I never skip it. The seated variation is awesome because it lengthens the hamstrings under tension, which is exactly what you want for both muscle growth and overall leg development. I really focus in on controlling the negative here, feeling every inch of that rep. I know it looked super fast, but I had to speed it up some so you guys wouldn't be on here dragging. So this part of the video, you can see that I am definitely creating that time over tension. Next up was the dumbbell RDLs. Now these are another must-have. They target the hamstrings through the hip hinge pattern while also engaging in the glutes and lower back. The key with the RDLs is to keep the back flat, push the hips back, and let the hamstrings stretch under the load before powering back up. No rushing, just steady and controlled. You really want to make sure that you're hinging those hips back though. Really push back through those hips and make sure your toes, your heels, and the outside of your foot are flat on the floor and you don't get caught raising your toes up, because then you're just putting a lot of pressure on them hamstrings, which forces your lower back to get more involved than it should. So you really want to make sure with these that you're essentially running those dumbbells up your shins and allowing your whole foot to be fully pressed onto the floor. I honestly want to take a second to say how thankful I am for my gym family. They've been checking in on me constantly this prep, hyping me up, making sure I'm good, and that support means so much, especially since this is my first prep in over 16 months. It's been incredible to flip the switch back into prep mode and watch my body transform again day by day. Then I moved over to the Roger press, and if you've been following my videos, you know I love this machine. With my feet placed higher on the platform, it shifts more of the focus onto the hamstrings and glutes instead of the quads. I also like to play with my stance here to really isolate those hamstrings. The cool part about this specific machine is that you can either isolate your legs or you can do them simultaneously. Here I am doing them simultaneously. I'm making sure that my knees are going into my armpits as I'm pushing out and allowing myself to really focus in on pushing through my feet. So my heels, my outer foot, and my toes. Again, making sure that my feet are flat on the platform to get that full push in the hamstrings. To finish, I jumped on the linear hack squat machine. I went with a staggered stance and kept my feet high on the platform, again really driving that hamstring focus. These hack squats aren't just for quads. With small tweaks in foot placement, you can make them a killer hamstring and glute movement, especially with this linear machine. Again, this is one of my favorite machines because of the versatility that you can get on it. It's wonderful. As a finisher on this machine, I actually did 3 rounds of the staggered foot placement, but then finished the 4th round with both feet up high on the platform just to get a full stretch and just to burn myself out. After training, I wrapped up with some posing practice. I'm a big believer that posing is just as much a part of your prep as lifting and nutrition. It ties everything together and keeps me connected to the bigger picture. By this point though, I was absolutely starving and super exhausted, but that's how you know it was a good session. So that's a wrap on hamstrings today. If you're in prep or just grinding towards your goals, remember, not every day will start with high energy, but if you show up, put the work in, and lean on your support system, it all adds up. Thanks for being part of this journey with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next prep update. See you in the next one.